women's 3,000 meters. First running final, you could say. First track final, of course, the women's 10,000 meters walk a little bit early.
From the outside for Latvia, Agate CAUNE.
So, big Latvian star Agate CAUNE
for Greece, it's Myrto VALACHA.
starts the introductions. National senior record in horse salt, 8:39.78.
Hip number 15 for Czech Republic is Jana JOHANOVÁ. Drawn 14 for Serbia, Saima
Some of the
MURIĆ.
other contenders here.
And we pause.
So reasonably early start for these women, considering that medals are up for grabs. Fleur Templiefer has improved from 9:38 this year to 9:20.
Alongside her, with a season's best of 9:27,
Vanessa
representing
Mikitenko, 9:27 in Regensburg in
Vanessa
June.
Mikitenko. 11 is Viola PAOLETTI of Italy, drawn 10 for Switzerland. Sabella TESFAYE at 9
of
for
Switzerland.
Serbia, Milica TOMAŠEVIĆ
Tomašević of Serbia, over to Sundqvist Sweden, 9:28 this year.
6 for Austria, Tabea Schmidt. At 5,
To win the Nordic
Zuzanna
Under-20
WIERNICKA.
match in Oslo recently.
Drawn 4 for Italy, Laura RIBIGINI.
Wiennicka of Poland.
3 for Portugal,
Ribigini
Beatriz
of Italy.
Azevedo.
Azevedo of Portugal.
Jana JOHANOVÁ
SIREVÅG of Norway.
Lifetime best of 9:16, representing Germany.
Sofia BENFARES, second at the German Under-20 Championships.
That's the lineup. 7.5 laps of the track for our latest gold medalist, the women's 3,000 meter final.
Well, been waiting to see Agate CAUNE at these championships because of fantastic form this year. The world Under-20 leader, 8:39.78, ahead of Ethiopians and Kenyans as well, second and third. 8:46, the next best time in the world this year. Obviously, this is championship performance. Tactics come into play, but clearly phenomenal young talent. Sofia Tergersen, second in Europe this year, 13.6 seconds behind. CAUNE has entered the 3,000 and the 5,000. Tergersen, the 1,500, 3,000, and we have already seen her in those 1,500 meter heats. So I just wonder whether we'll see them in the 5,000 together. Otherwise, it's a bit of a Niels Laros, Nick Grigg situation, but still plenty of potential champions of the future to watch here, and none more so exciting than the fact that she is from Latvia as well, a chance to put them on the map as far as distance running is concerned. So tracked early on here by Sofia BENFARES. I mentioned that time of 9:16.64 in Rostock in July. She also has a national Under-20 record over the 5K on the road. That was 16:23 in Lille. But in essence, you look at that margin between those times, 8:39 to 9:16. That is some gap between the top two on paper.
You talk about Latvian distance running. If CAUNE was to win, she would be the first Latvian to have actually win this event. Back in 2003 it was, Ina Poleskina won this event at 3,000 metres. Poleskina didn't really go on to have much of a senior career, that coming 20 years ago. I can't see that not happening for Agate CAUNE. She's an absolutely outstanding talent, and as you say, along with the likes of Sofia Tergersen, one of the emerging generation. I'm really looking forward. I'm sure she's going to be running at the European Athletics Championships in Rome next year, when she'll really be able to test her mettle against senior opposition. And European Team Championships, help me out here, Alex. Wasn't she the fastest woman in the 5,000 metres? She even got a European Games gold medal across all three divisions. She wasn't she?
Yeah, that was a senior level competition test for her, and she did very well. Her 5,000 and 10,000 metre PBs and national under 20 records, as well as senior over this distance. So potentially becomes a bit of a time trial. 3 minutes into this race, 5 laps to go.
It is looking as though this is very much a time trial, and it's going to be just really a battle for silver and bronze. But there's also a big battle going on in the shop at the moment. This is Zuzanna of Sweden, just still in the first round. Zuzanna finished 8th in qualifying yesterday with the best of 18:33. Once again, a rotational shot putter. 18:05. So, a solid start for Zuzanna. In many respects, the challenge is to do well enough to get 3 extra throws, finish in the top 8. Matrov, just shy of the 18-metre line, so a little bit disappointing for Matrov. Matrov set a personal best of 19:13 in qualifying yesterday. Young Estonian, 19 years of age. 17:65. Now George Huff, one of 3 very good Germans, as I say. Germany looking for a clean sweep. If they do get a clean sweep, myself or Alex alongside me, Alex Seftel, will be rummaging around to see how many other clean sweeps there's been at European Under-20 Championships, because there haven't been many. But there's enough other good contenders to make sure that the Germans aren't going to have it their own way. So 19:17, a very solid start for Harp. 19:49 man at best. Through that in Halle at that famous throws meeting in May.
So Agate CAUNE inside championship record pace. That record set by Gabriela Szabo, 8:50.97 back in 1993 in San Sebastian in Spain. You can also see that Sofia BENFARES is well clear of the pack. So are they battling over bronze? Of course, the heat is a factor in choosing to go with a particular pace. Athletes don't want to tire themselves out completely, even during the mid part of this race. CAUNE, look at her, eyes down at the track, very focused. It was on her Diamond League debut in Hortso that she set that new fantastic Latvian record of 8:39.78, improving by more than 3 seconds on the previous record belonging to the legendary Jelena Prokopčuka. Can't really hear that name without hearing it said in the tone of Brendan Foster, I have to say. So CAUNE from BENFARES, and we're just getting a look here at the chasing group. Elsa Sundqvist of Sweden leading it, Zuzanna WIERNICKA behind her of Poland, and Fleur Templiefer also in it, as is Jana JOHANOVÁ of the Czech Republic. 2 laps to go and 6:30 on the clock for CAUNE, metronomically going round this track inside the Give Out Round Stadium, and the crowd as well just waking up to what's going on, and the fact that she is more than 20 seconds ahead of Sofia BENFARES, who crosses the line now, so 23 seconds behind, and the chasing group now catching up to the back of BENFARES. So that battle's on for silver and bronze for sure. It's still Sundqvist and WIERNICKA. Now you can see them closing on BENFARES quickly. They've broken away there, doing the hard work together, whereas BENFARES on her own, I mean, she didn't go with the pace of CAUNE, no one possibly could, but she did push away from the others, and that's unfolding just behind Agate CAUNE. That's just behind a long way. So let's have a look here as she comes through with 1 lap to go. So 72-second lap that time around, so falling just outside now. that particular pace that she needs for that championship record, but still on target to beat sub 9 minutes, and closing down a couple of back markers on this final lap now. Anna wearing leg number 18, same as her young age. How incredible to produce a senior national record and take it away from a great compatriot and compete in the Diamond League. And CAUNE really trying to give everything on this final lap. So, potentially closing in, battling against this championship record now of 8:50, giving everything towards the finish. But what a sensational performance from the Latvian to take European under-20 gold. Oh, just 3 seconds outside that record that's been held for 30 years. But no matter, it's still an incredible time. And when you lead the world list, you actually have to come and do it on the track. And that's exactly what she's achieved. WIERNICKA overtaking Benfares in the closing stages then. So silver goes the way of Poland. Personal best as well for WIERNICKA, 9:21.40. And Benfares holds on for the bronze.
Well, what a stunning run from CAUNE, the second fastest time ever in the history of these championships, which goes back to 1970, 27 editions, and only Gabriela Szabo, that illustrious three-time world champion and Sydney 2000 Olympic 5,000 metre winner, has ever ran faster than Agate CAUNE at the European Under-20 Championships. It doesn't always materialise, but you have to say Agate CAUNE has to have a fantastic future ahead of her at this stage in her career, and we just look forward to seeing what that future will bring. I'll tell you what, that's a performance that is going to be looked at on the European Athletics YouTube channels and allathletics.tv, not across Europe, but beyond to the long distance running strongholds of Ethiopia and Kenya, because I bet you that performance is making a lot of people think, not just in Europe, but in America, in Africa, in Asia. Well, next year's Olympic Games and European Athletics Championships may just come a little too soon, but I bet you by 2026 and the European Athletics Championships in Birmingham and the 28 Olympics in Los Angeles, if she can stay fit and healthy, Agate CAUNE is going to be battling with the rest of the world. This is how she did it. She just tore the heart out of the rest of this very strong field under other circumstances. Well, Benfares stuck with her for a short way, then had her own lonely task. As you can see, she started disappearing into the background. At the bell, Benfares was about 140 metres in arrears of CAUNE. CAUNE, as Alex was saying, metronomically ticking off the laps in superb fashion. Just over a minute, 61-62 seconds over that 7.5 laps of the track. There's CAUNE hearing the bell. She comes through, absolute delight.